Shalom, shalom. Let me make sure the sound is good. 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 Shalom, shalom. To those that might be watching this live a little later, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the one true power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh, and double honors to the outer apostles and the elders of great millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit, and a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit. Lord willing, those that are scattered four corners of the earth, that you continue to teach this word and believing in this word. Lord willing, as a whole, that you all continue in sound doctrine. Shalom to the Aqua, the sisters of this faith and this truth. Lord willing, that you continue to keep pursuing your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, this edifying lesson through the power and the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Prepare for the world to change and build your faith. You know, the system as we know it is not going to be the same. It's not going to continue to operate in the way that it is. Okay, America is going to change, right? The world as you know it will change, right? Are you, through the Spirit, making changes yourself within yourself spiritually, inwardly? Okay, so let me just get this. Really kind of flowing through the Spirit, but Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. Again, this classic in Amos, the 3rd chapter, in verse 7. I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? And shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh have not done it?" Right? In the minute of the Lord are the trumpets, right? They're sounding the alarm, to letting you know that the sword is coming. Ezekiel 33, right? Let me just get this real quick. Ezekiel 33, right? This is why brothers keep doing lessons upon lessons, because the elect should be getting their faith in order, right? You should be building up your faith, right? This is Ezekiel 33:1. "Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people," right? We're the trumpet. We're using our voice, right? Which we go to St. John the 10th chapter, right? The voice of the Lord is the prophets. It's the doctrine, right? So we're trying to warn the sheep of the sword. And that physical sword is Esau, okay? They're going to become mad men on the earth. "Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon him." So you men and women that don't take heed to brothers giving you the warning, the secrets, the understanding of what's about to happen, what's going to go on. Now, my daughter's best friend was just here, and we was talking about the TV show Stranger Things, and I was telling them that they should try to watch Fallout, since they finished it. And Fallout, you know, of course, they show about nukes and certain places in America being destroyed. And my daughter was like, yeah, they making that movie, but that's going to literally happen. My daughter's friend, she's not in this truth, but she said, well, out of nowhere, she was walking to the door and walked back and said, technically, when you see how things are going, it actually do look like America's going to be destroyed. This little young girl said that, okay? So you gotta be hearing the trumpet, right? It's either you blowing the trumpet or you are a sheep hearing the trumpet. So again, Amos 3:6, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh have done it?" right? The trumpet is the prophets. So now that the prophets are opening their voice, shaking the hand, this is your alarm, right? Let me get this. Isaiah, because now you see the prophets bringing out the word again. This is a sign. This is Isaiah 13:2. Lift up a banner. The banner is the word. The banner is the truth upon the high mountain. The high mountain is America. It's high above all nations, right? It says, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the noble, right? We're exalting our voice, which is blowing the trumpet. We shaking the hand, we're rebuking, right? I think it's Ezekiel, the 35th chapter. And I'm going to show you America sit on high, right? But I got to get this, right? What is we prophesying and shaking the hand to? This is Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Right? We're prophesying against the people of Mount Seir. Right? You go to, I think it's Genesis, the 36th chapter, right? Where you hear about Edom, right? They were given Mount Seir. It's the people before the place. The prophet is prophesying, shaking the hand, right? Exalting their voice, blowing their trumpet against Mount Seir, right? The prophets is on Mount Seir, right? They're on the capital and prophesying against that damn place. Just like Jonah was supposed to prophesy against Nineveh. We're prophesying against spiritual Nineveh, okay? Verse 3, it says, and say unto it, thus saith Yahweh by Shem Shai power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. He is speaking to the people. Yahweh by Shem Shai is going to make Mount Seir desolate, Basra desolate, right? Assyria, Egypt, Babylon, Rome desolate. America is the head of this beast, right? And just because we said that, let's actually go to showing you that whore in Revelation is America, and it sits above all nations. Even though it's a whole system, allies, seven horns, it's a system, but America is the face of the system. Okay? So Revelations, the 17th chapter, verse 1, and there came one of the seven angels which had the seven veils, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. The whore is America. Okay? But now, when you drop down to verse 15, it's going to tell you what is the many waters. It's not literal waters, because this is a vision. It says, verse 15, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues, right? Everything stem with America, right? Merchants, trading, sports, entertainment, folly, money. Who had the highest dollar? Right? Let me actually get this on my background computer. Who had the strongest dollar? Because how the world is moved through currency. Salaki. See, now the dollar used to be the strongest currency, and it's showing right now right here is saying no, the US dollar isn't the strongest world currency by exchange rate. The title usually goes to Kuwait, KWD, due to high oil revenues and limited circulation, but the USD is the world's most influential in trading currency, serving as the primary global reserve in benchmark notes Western Union, while the dollar buys less per unit compares to some Gulf currency. Its vast utility in global finance make it exceptionally powerful. Speaking about the dollar, why the USD isn't number one in value: exchange rate versus influence. The currency strength can mean its value against another or high value currency. USD power, the dollar dominance come from its role in pricing commodities. Central bank reserve over 58% globally, being the most traded currency, creating massive demand and liquidity. The US dollar currency exchange rate out of all the other currencies would be number 6 in the world. So again, like we just read in Revelation, America is the head on the earth. Now I'm about to even do this. What nation has the most military might in all countries? The United States constantly ranked as the nation with the most military might due to its unmatched defense budget, advanced technology, cyber, space, air, large nuclear arsenal, the global power projection capabilities, followed closely by Russia and China, which lead in personnel and strategy assets, according to analysts like the Global Firepower Index. So it's another picture you can go to. Who has the most military footprint in multiple countries? It would be the United States. United States sits above nations, tongues, people, right? Everything goes through the United States. This is another one. What country has the most military might? Again, the United States is constantly ranked as the world's most powerful country militarily, leading in defense spending, advanced technology, global power projection like aircraft carriers and overseas bases, and overall military strength according to the index like global firepower. China and Russia typically follow as the next most powerful, with China possessing the largest army by personnel and Russia having a significant nuclear arsenal. This is why these nations are going to have to link up to go against America. And even more, which makes America strong, is the allies that back it, plus, the land of Israel. But again, this is all a system. It's all a system. So again, America is going to change, right? So going back to Amos 3 and verse 7, surely Yahweh Shema Shai power would do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. And the Lord is peeling the layer of who the son of perdition is. We're able to see who he is, right? So you have to prepare for change, right? The more Jake is going to realize the system that they're in, the more they're going to realize they're in captivity, the more they realize, just for that little girl to say the way the world is going, America might be destroyed, right? And we see what they say, America, who is it? Iran. Um, right now that just hit news. It's saying Iran is in a full-scale war with the U.S., Israel, and Europe. But we know a lot of things that's involved with that is resources, okay? But this is Matthew chapter 24 in verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war, and see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? We're stepping into the beginning of sorrows, okay? So the world is not getting better. It is being set in order for judgment, so that we see the scriptures never promise that this world or America should improve morally or spiritually. Instead, the Bible repeatedly warns that the wicked system would consolidate power before their fall. They're going to grow in power. Let's look up this word, consolidate. Consolidate means to combine separate things into a single unified whole, making it stronger, more solid, or more sufficient, right? They're going to consolidate with all their allies, all their resources, and put it together. This is why that MOTB on its force, but you got to know it's a double side to it, right? Because when we go to Revelations, the 17th chapter, that thing that that makes it consolidate is its allies. This is Revelations chapter 17, verse I want to get the one where it says, okay, verse 12, and I'm gonna shoot down. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast." Into this whole system, all these allies is going to give their power to this one system. This one system. But when you drop down to 16, it says the 10 horns, the same horns that we just read in verse 12 and 13, which is NATO, the European Union, EU, the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. So the allies that America have is going to turn on them. Now, last night, what was it? Let me see if I can find it. Billionaires. At Saint Now, even though they can go somewhere else. They can go somewhere else with this. Salakia, I'm trying to find St. Bart's, a hot spot this year. I'm trying to find this point. Yeah, World War III definitely is inevitable. I wanted to show y'all this point. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. While we over here for New Year's, even though ain't no such thing as New Year's right now, but to this world it is New Year's. Now, last night I don't. It's not trying to show me. Is it showing me? Is it showing me? Excuse me. Let me see.
10-hour flight from Paris, about 200 kilometers north of...
Shalom to the brother Tazawam, and shalom to the other brother Yahweh Shemashai Brakatah. I'm trying to look for this video. Yeremia, he was dropping it on TikTok last night. When New Year started, all billionaires went to Saint Barths. It's an island where a lot of billionaires go on a yacht. And of course, you could be talking about partying, but we talking about billionaires. Billionaires is doing something else. When you got a whole bunch of billionaires meeting together at the same damn place, okay? Something big is about to happen, right? Something big is about to happen. Jake, you gotta grow your faith, okay? That's the number one thing we gotta do is grow our faith, because the wicked are plotting. You think they really, when they really take vacations, you really think they just chilling and relaxing? They want to stay in power, so they have to come up with certain strategic plans to stay in power. This is Proverbs 4:16. It says, "For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall." They're not taking breaks. They have scientists working on high hours overnight. Like, I damn near just woke up because I'm so used to overnight working from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. I'm used to it. And I keep, when I'm off work, I keep that same cycle. I stay up mad late and I sleep late, you know, but I'm still staying up the same time. But you got to think, the elites, the high powers, they're not getting rest when it comes to their plans. Yes, we all get sleep. But when I'm saying that they don't rest, is that while they're sleeping or taking a break, they got somebody on the clock, non-stop. He said, if you had the faith of a mustard seed, right? Let me get that. Now the brother's talking. Faith of a mustard seed. Let's get that. Mustard. Let's get that. Brother is talking. This is Matthew chapter 17, verse 20. And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Now, this mustard seed is one of the smallest seeds, but what's the point? When you plant this seed and it grows, it becomes one of the biggest trees on the earth. So coming in this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, your faith is supposed to grow like this tree, right? Let me get into NLT. You don't have enough faith. Yahushua told them, I tell you the truth. If you had faith, even as small as a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move far from here to there, and it will move. Nothing would be impossible. Why? If your faith is as small as a mustard seed, you have to know inside this precept is something way bigger. A mustard seed is one of the biggest trees. Just because it's a little package, the end result of this little package is the biggest the biggest development, right? Because if you plant it, it becomes the biggest tree. That's the biggest development. Okay, what comes in a small package, the end result is bigger. So you'll be able with this small, what you see on the outside, what's really in the inside of that seed, it's a big ending. So if the more you grow your faith, even if it could be little, like children have the biggest imagination. Their imagination is way bigger than a grown-up. That's why Yahushua said, come as babes. You got to have the mindset of a child where you can seek into this word. Wait, let me get that. See, now the brother said that. Come as babes. Yo, the brother just said that. Hold on. Where is it at? Matthew, the 18th chapter. The brother said that, so I gotta get it. Matthew, the 18th chapter, verse 3. It says, and said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted, you have to change. Change, right? Change from the norm, change to what you used to, and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. You got to come as a child in order. This is another hold on. A lot of y'all not coming as little children. Because if you ain't coming like a little children, you can't enter into the kingdom of heaven. We know flesh and blood, this body can't enter into that kingdom. We can't get into that chariot, but it's another stipulation. You can only come into the kingdom as a little child, right? Even though this is more into a metaphor, but let's go into another translation, the NLT. Then he said, I tell you the truth, unless you turn from your sins and become like little children. Why? Because they're innocent. Truly, a child under 12 is not fully under the law, right? Where you got to tell a child, hey, you got to do this. You're teaching a child, but they're fully under the law where they're 12, where a son is aiming to become a man and a daughter eventually is going to lose her flower. Now she's about to come into adulthood, truly when she lose her period. But when she's at 12, now our children is held accountable, okay? The children is innocent. So we supposed to mentally, spiritually come as children, where it's easy for children to actually, you can mold a child. That's another reason why you got to come like a child, right? Right? Okay. It goes into Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, right? Because a child's mind is easy to be molded, right? Easy to be molded. Okay. The one brother dropped Psalms 37, verse 12. Let me get that real quick. Psalms 37, verse 12. It says, the wicked plotteth against the just, and gashed upon him with his teeth. And when you get these scriptures, the Lord is giving us clues. So that means what you have to do, guard up your loins, your mind, right? Your mind is the main loin on your body. In order for you to process this word, your mind, your heart, okay? In order to change, your mind has to change, right? In order to be a doer, your mind has to have it implanted in it to be a doer. If you want to be of this world, it's your mind that gets attacked, right? Because that's the main organ to make everything move the way it moves. My right side of my body really moves because of the left side of my brain. The right side of my brain is calculating and moving the left side. So it's your mind. If you can get your mind distracted, you can get your mind manipulated. Just like Genesis, their mind got hacked spiritually. Their mind got hacked because it was programmed to go away from the main direction, the main understanding, right? That's another scary thing when you come serve the Lord. Prepare yourself for temptation. Not only sex and lust, but prepare yourself for temptation on what you're teaching. What is the product? Okay? You can have a drug dealer which lace their drugs just to give it, some more and try to stretch it. But some people can stretch their drug with another drug. They might put a fentanyl in it, and it might fuck you up even worse. So when somebody's bringing forth a doctrine, is it clean cut? Is it raw? Is it pure? Or are they adding something else that's fucking up your system? This truth is supposed to come raw and pure. No added preservative, no GMOs, okay? Let me go to this. Daniel chapter 2, verse 40 to 43. It says, in the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. This is the Roman Empire. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part potter's clay and part of iron, We're in the toes. We're in the toes right now. Roman 2.0, NATO and EU, the European Union, right? That's where we at right now. We're in the ugly toes right now. Okay? And this is the point. Every Jake that pick up this Bible, the main point in the scriptures is prophecy. You're building up your character is a must. That's a natural thing. It's like when you wake up, it's natural to brush your damn teeth. Your breath stink. It's natural. Using the bathroom, natural. But what is the importance? Right? The importance is prophecy. What's going to happen next? Because you know, after the day is over, what are we working towards? Tomorrow. Then that day start. Then you're working towards tomorrow each day. We're getting closer to the future being in the present. Okay? So when you go into prophecies, it's helping you map out what you're about to get into, what's about to come, what is about to arrive. Okay? So if we're telling you that this system, America, is not going to be the same, get ready for change. Get ready for the worst. Okay? So it says, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with marred clay, and as the toes of the feet were part iron and part clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly divided, partly broken. Going to when Yahushua said, a kingdom divided against itself shall not stand. If this kingdom is part iron and part clay, it's divided. One is strong, one is weak. What do the strong always do? The strong always manipulate and overpowers the weak, the poor. Okay? But the weak is the weak part of the system. Okay? The NATO and EU, that system that's weak don't stand a chance to the part that's strong. Okay? But America is the face, it's the head of this whole system. When America falls, the whole system falls. Okay? The brother put Sirach 39:1, the classic. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, and will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecy. This is where you go to Romans 15:4. Why would Paul say that? The things written aforetime was written for your learning, because even in the new, they was going into the law, the Psalms, and the prophets. This is what makes the New Testament complete. Without the Old Testament, you can't have it complete. And to get the prophecies, you need the volume of the book, man. And as a true prophet, even the believers that's on the other side, oh, I don't know the book of Revelation that well, but I know this. You want to be watching somebody that does go into it, because you want to be a sheep that's in the knowing. Okay? Each day you have a chance to grow in understanding and grow in your faith. Don't be an Israelite believer that stands law. You just stay in the law. I did a beautiful lesson through the Spirit, even though the elder apostles and other brothers is doing lessons. And what I'm doing right now is all stemmed from what Apostle Gabar and the bishop is doing in GMS, where they doing chapter lessons. And Apostle Tahar said, we got to get back into those. So I'm doing a series of Paul's letters. Romans, the 4th chapter, it's not about the law, it's about faith. Okay? So right now, to build up your faith is growing in understanding, getting more oil for your buck. Get more oil for your buck. Be the wise in Matthew, the 25th chapter. Get extra oil. Extra oil is the understanding of each precept. You could get a precept and one brother break it down, and a brother of the same cloth is going to this precept, going to the same precept, but break it down and add another word, add another element. You like, damn, oh, snap. And it's just hitting you. And what are you doing? You're calculating data. You're putting spiritual data in your mind, right? I'm about to read verse 2, but I got to get this. This is Matthew 25, and I'm going to read it in NLT because it's going to make it clear. Verse 2, it says, 5 of them were foolish and 5 were wise. The 5 who were foolish did not take enough olive oil for their lamps, but the other 5 were wise enough to take along extra oil. You got to take extra understanding, right? Each day is no excuses for, especially for men. Even if you is a teacher or not a teacher, if you a man and you want a woman, if you got children, you are held accountable because you're supposed to dwell with your woman, really your household, according to knowledge. You want them to be prepared for what's to come. Even for yourself, you want to have understanding yourself. But for you teachers, you want to take extra oil, get that understanding. You sisters, you get understanding the more you listen and listen at the feet of the men of the Lord. And you just, it's not about you writing the notes. It's not about you trying to remember every precept. It's about you believing what is being said. And you're watching the teacher perform the works of Yahweh Shai by being a minister to the sheep, right? And you have to prepare yourself to not be attached to the things on this side. That's how you women get your oil, being prepared, getting your understanding. But you men, you get understanding different, where you calculating precepts. Your mind, I seen this. If anybody is watching this lesson, you should be watching the TV show Fallout. Watch the second season, man. I seen a preview on the second season, and I'm gonna watch it. They were promoting the MOTB, but of course, you know, Esau, they like to promote it differently. Go watch the second season. Go watch the first episode. Don't even watch the other episodes if you don't want to. Watch the first episode. They are promoting the MOTB in the TV show. Okay, hold on, brother. Hold on. Is there a movie department in Salaki government? Okay, is it a movie division in the government? Yes. The government has a various entities related to films, not a single movie department, but rather offices for promoting production, like state film commissions. They push a lot of what is it called? Controversy, conspiracy movies, government movies. What? And this what shows that Esau dumb. He tells on himself, and he puts it in TVs and movies just for entertainment, but he's telling on himself, right? He had Jake in slavery. Don't read it right. If we didn't read it right, we would have never knew what he was promoting. Like he's keeping memorial of slavery, but Donald Trump want to take away the thought of slavery in monuments. They took down the Theodore Roosevelt statue in New York. You go watch the TV show Power with Ghost. And when he took what's her name? The Puerto Rican girl in Power, I forgot her name. Angela. When he took her to the museum, when you enter in the museum, you see Theodore Roosevelt, the natives, and Judah on the left and right hand side. That statue was removed. Come on, they put things that they have done and make it a memorial, and they make money off of it. The slaves movies, if they're going to take away that in the museums, why won't they take away the movies? Why won't they pay Jake for all that? They're not going to do that. They like promoting trophies. When Esau go hunting, what does he do? He takes the head and he mounts it on the damn wall. So he's promoting what he did to you in movies, right? Predictive programming. This is a fact, right? And he rubs it in your damn face and tell you, this is what I did to you, okay? Now he wants you to get over it, but he's still promoting it. It's the same with the MOTB. He's promoting it. This is another reason why would you watch another camp that say the MOTB not physical? Oh, this and this. Don't you know Esau, before he sold bottled waters, he was promoting it on the damn TV, promoting it in commercials, halftime shows. Everybody was drinking from the sink. Now you going to get water bottles, okay? Tampons. All these things is promoted. Cars. Right? Everything is promoted on commercials or TV. If you never outside, how do you know about coupons and sales? It gets promoted to you. That's what Esau does. But the Lord programmed him to do those things. Okay? The brother put, again, Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 39:2. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. What is a parable? An earthly story, but a heavenly matter. This is another reason why the elect always thinking of the kingdom. Because what is a parable? An earthly story, but a heavenly matter. Oh man, the brother is talking. Hold on. Hold on. What is it? St. John, the 17th chapter? What? Why? Why would a prophet think about parables? An earthly story, but a heavenly matter. This is St. John 17, verse 16. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Because they're not of the world, right? The elect have been divine selected. In the Greek, it's called eklege. Election is eklege. It means divine selection. They're not of this world. That's why the way that they think, oh man, the word, oh this, like brothers, like I just woke up, I had to read a chapter. I'm like, man, I don't even know what lesson I'm gonna go into. And that little girl said what she said. I'm like, I don't know, should I go into this? And I conquered up a lesson, and here we are. Okay, we're not of this world. Okay, that's why it's a privilege to be in this truth, man. It's a privilege to say Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. My brother just did a lesson on Bishop Nathaniel saying the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is crap. Wait, hold on. Let me not butcher Bishop Nathaniel in the brother's video. Let me actually go to the title of my brother's video. Where is it at? Okay. Bishop Nathaniel of IUIC says the name Yahweh Shai is crap. That's what this man said, man. This is a beautiful thing to have the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay, the brother put Psalm 64:8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. You see that? Only the true believers is recognizing this. Now, those in the world, they're just recognizing it by eye view. But you know what makes it hit more? The counsel of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the words telling you this. That Psalms was written way before it even got printed on the windpress, because that's the Old Testament. So through the Spirit, they were speaking that the wicked tongue, right, that they're going to fall on their own tongue. Esau, him creating these movies, is him falling on his own tongue. To make a movie, you got to write down the script. Words got to come out. You can't just make a movie just like when we doing lessons, we flowing through the Spirit. They're not just saying, hey, I need you to act. I need you to act. Just flow through the Spirit. No. You get a script. You get a script. So he's writing out his plans in his movies and his TV shows. And he's falling on himself. But he thinking, Jake, you ain't gonna get it. Jake, you ain't gonna get it. Okay? But we're getting it. Right? Because the Lord is putting that spirit on you. And we're not just going off of what conspiracy theories do. We go through the scriptures. Technically, we are conspiracy theories. I mean, but this is real logic because it's in the scriptures that this was said to happen. So a system controlling commerce, obedience, and survival. What is that? That's Revelation, the 13th chapter, right? This beast is controlling all aspects. A system of control. What you do, what you can't do. America got 44,000 laws. Actually, they got more than that. Actually, hold on. Let's fact check that. Do America still have 44,000 laws? AI overview. Yes, the figure of over 44,000 laws, specifically referring to consequences of criminal evictions, extra penalties beyond jail time, remain accurate and highlight sufficient part of complex U.S. legal landscape, affecting millions by restricting jobs, housing, and rights long after a sentence ends. What the 44,000 laws refer to, not total laws. This number doesn't include all federal, state, or local laws, but focuses on rules that add extra punishment after a conviction, like losing professional license, barber, plumber, plumbing, house eligibility. Broad scope. They go created barriers of employment. 19,000 laws that deals with employment. housing, voting, education for formerly incarcerated people, impacting a large portion of the population. Vast and hidden laws, many of these rules are vague, difficult to track, and often unknown to defendants, making entry into society extremely challenging. Why this number matters: the cycle of poverty. These laws contribute to high rates of homelessness and unemployment for those with criminal records. Uh, but they ain't really giving you like how the scriptures give you the laws and actually give them to you. But literally, they're telling you that it's over 44,000 laws in the United States. Well, what verse? What verse, bro? What verse you want in Ezekiel 38, Malak? Peace out, God. What verse you want in Ezekiel 38? Because I know that goes into Russia. God, the king or the president, the leader, and Magog is Russia as itself. So which verse? Which verse you want? You want the Gog's evil thought, verse 10 down, or Israel faces the powerful nation, 14 damn near to 19, which physical Israel will be destroyed? Yeah, just let me know what verse you want, King. But I'll go to this real quick. He said, Khan, we almost at the end. Yeah, no. We literally, what he says. Actually, let me get this, because the brother just said that. And for all y'all that's new to this thing, when you dang, I just lost what I was about to say. Dang. Oh yeah, the truth came out. If you was to look at the time the truth came and the time we in right now, the truth only been revealed and been on the earth right now in this modern time for 56 years. For the truth to come out now, that is a sign we're really at the end. We've been at the end when the truth first came out. And what was the Lord doing? He's building up the elect. He's sealing them. Revelation 7. What does seal go into? You're being sealed by the doctrine and the name. Revelations 14:1. That seal is the name. The seal is the doctrine, the understanding, right? Because why would Yahushua come if you don't have no understanding on what's it was a falling away. Ezekiel 37. You have to come back to life. You got to have that quickening spirit that makes you alive. And the spirit is going to give you remembrance of all things. Okay? So the Lord is sealing you by the doctrine. Those that take heed to it, those that believe, those that walk in it, apply it. Wait, hold on. Hold on, man. The brothers is talking. Wait, Revelations 1 and 3. This is a classic. Why is it a classic? It says, blessed is he that readeth, and they that heareth the words of these prophecies, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. When you go into this Greek word keep, it means to guard, observe, right? You're supposed to guard these things because they're real. And you guarded them because if you let them go, so Sirach, Ecclesiastes, the 6th chapter, it says wisdom is unpleasant to the unlearned. So if you're not learning this thing, all this is going to be unpleasant to you. Okay, you're not regarded as anybody without this wisdom. Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 6. Romans 13:11. In that knowing the time, soon as the truth came out, that was the time to know that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. The more the Lord allowed his truth to be out on the highways, the four corners of the earth, on the unicorn, doing sit-down lessons on the highways and byways outside, right? As long as this still out, this right here is letting you know the time is that now it is high time to what? Wake out of sleep. Is it physical sleep? No, spiritual sleep. Zombies, sleep. Your sleep in the world, right? What do you say in Revelations 4? Come out of her, spiritually and mentally, so that we can physically come out of her. You can't come out this place if you still attached to it spiritually and mentally. You have to mentally and spiritually come out of this place. So when Yahushua arrive, You're going to physically come out. Okay? It says, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. So for these 56 years that this truth been out, we're getting closer and closer to salvation. If the truth wasn't here, we wouldn't be close to salvation because nobody has the truth. The word is not out. It's not being pushed. It's not making the elites like, oh my goodness, they know who they are. We're putting fear in them the more the Israelites grow. Those that are not on video, how the elites gonna know you know the truth? They're gonna know because of the unicorn. The elite said, man, we should have never made the internet. This is their biggest weapon. They tried to make it for the left-hand side, but the Lord had to make it for the left and the right-hand side. Okay? So you got to keep guard on what you're reading, what you're hearing. The brother put Acts 4 and 12. That's the classic. It says, neither is there salvation in any other nation. For there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. This is why with Bishop Nathaniel and other camps, it's very important that you use the name, you teach the name, you pray in the name. Okay? Don't, off the video I say the name, but when I'm teaching, know that you are double-minded. You are double-minded and you teaching the sheep hypocrisy. Now, let me teach one way, and then when you off, use the name all you want. No, you don't want to teach the sheep that. Remember, you come in this thing as babes. Whatever the sheep soak in, they're going to soak. I know sheep that's getting the name Yahweh Shema Shai, but they keep hearing teachers say Jesus. They'll say, in the name of the Most High and Jesus, they'll still pray in that name because they're being promoted that name. Okay? The brother put Isaiah 52 and 1. It says, awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments. What is the garment? Matthew 22, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This is how the Lord knows the elect, right? By the knowledge that they have received of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. O Jerusalem, the holy city, for henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcision and the unclean. Shake thyself from the dust, from a low estate. Arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion. We already loosed it spiritually when you start to know Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Wait, hold on. Soon as the truth came, you were already loosened. Let me get that. Revelations 11 and 11. It says that after 3 days and a half, 350 years, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. This is what makes us loose. When the enemy see that you're spiritually and mentally understanding who you are, what is that? St. John 8 and 32. The truth shall set you free. You're free by knowing. Not free like, oh, I can go anywhere I want. I got free will. Hell no. You're free spiritually, mentally. The Lord is dealing with us spiritually right now. That's what Esau cannot never stop. The way of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai spiritually. He can lock you up physically. But that's not stopping you away from believing in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Nothing can hide you from the love of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? But if you take that MOTB, you're done. You're done. You're not hidden, but you're known. You've been marked. Oh, this motherfucker took the MOTB. Oh, he don't care about the truth. Oh, I gotta work. I gotta take 3 weeks from teaching, man. I gotta get this work. But you use the bathroom. You got breaks. Shoot, you watching a football game. You watching boxing. You got time to do a lesson. Guess what? You've been marked. Okay? Now that we stand on our feet, the enemy don't care about a halftime Israelite. They're caring about those that's constantly teaching, going against the system. What they say in the book of Acts, those Israelites saying they're making an uproar in the city because they were bringing forth the gospel. And because those that was complaining and snitching, they were teaching something else. And they was like, damn, if these believers, we're going to stop making money. Okay? We're making an uproar by teaching the actual truth. And the elites is seeing their kingdom. So guess what? The elite is making moves. Just because you teaching, you think they're going to stop being wicked? No. Okay? Yeah, I wish that was cold or hot. You got to choose. But technically, the Lord chooses for you because he looks in your heart. The Lord knows you want to be on fire. Okay? But the brother put Tazawam, he put Psalms 19 and 2 to 4. It says, day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto right showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Right? Because look, when you go to, what is that? The brother is going to it. Let me read verse 4. It says, their line, which that word is a chord or a music string or a music chord, is gone out throughout all the earth in their words to the end of the world. In them have he set a tabernacle for the sun. You go to Romans 10 and 18, and that's where Paul was quoting verse 4. That's a music chord. What is the music that's going four corners of the earth that's going to be heard? It's the teaching, right? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's the song being sung. If this song is not getting played, the elect is not being woken, right? They're not being risen. Psalms 33, verse 3. Sing unto him a new song, play skillfully with a loud voice. That's precept upon precept, line upon line. Hear a little. That's you playing skillfully. Let me just back up the brother, because he dropped Psalms 19, verse 2 to 4. Let's just prove that line is a music chord. Where is it at? Okay, their line, H6957, Kav. Let me just make this sound so you can know I'm listening to it.
Strong's H6957, Kav.
So Kav. So Kav. The biblical usage is chord, line, measuring line. Some brothers would use this precept as going into like the internet cores in the water, the line that's, from satellite to satellite, but the lines that's in the waters, which is the internet. But this is a music chord. Let's look at the Strong's definition. It says, especially for measuring figuratively a rule, also a rim or a musical string, or a chord or a line, a music line. What is the music line? It's the song that the prophets is singing, the gospel, the volume of the book, right? And if and say your family members is not listening, the Lord is going to set up men, women, or even children to actually watch those videos, right? Because when you end up, you send out a video, YouTube takes it and put it on other people's timeline. Is either the Spirit of the Lord put it on their spirit to click the button and they watching it, or when it's live, they're actually watching it live. And what are they doing? They're listening to the song. It's like watching VH1 or BET, right? They're or MTV. They're watching music. They're hearing the music of the precepts of the lesson come out. Yeah, Lord willing, Yahweh Shem Shai be with us. So let me go to this Revelation 13 in verse 7. It says, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. Now, even when you look in the ancient world, Rome made war with the saints, especially when they overtook the temple. But this same beast, what we in right now, this Revelation 13 is going into the revival of this beast. So this same beast system it picks up the same ancient characteristic of the ancient Rome. What did Rome do? Rome started taxing Israelites. We're gonna go back to Revelation 13, but let's just back up Rome taxing Israel, right? And I don't know if you guys know, when you go to 2nd Esdras, the 12th chapter, when it speaks about the second emperor, he ruled the longest out of all the 12 Caesars. That was Caesar Augustus. He ruled for 40 years. That's Luke. Let's go to Luke, the 2nd chapter, and find that out. Luke chapter 2, verse 1. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made by Cyrenius, was governor when Cyrenius was governor of Syria, and all went to be taxed every one into his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judea unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and the lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. So even Yahushua's mother and father was getting Yahushua was born in the time of Israel being taxed. Tax, what is tax? Tax is an example of you being a slave, right? You giving tribute. Let's look it up. A slave or a subject. Paying tribute to, yup. So when we look at paying taxes or giving tribute, doesn't mean you are a slave or a subject. In Rome, when he was ruling the province and the known land that he ruled, Rome was looking at those lesser than them as subjects. So being required to pay taxes and give tribute typically signifies that one is a subject of a governing body, but it says not necessarily a slave. The nature is obligation, demands to the system of governance. Subject versus slave. Subject is a person under the rule or control of a sovereign state. That's still a slave. A subject is still a slave if it says a person under rule or control. You are under rule and control. Or a monarch. Subjects that are a reciprocal relationship with the government. They pay taxes or tribute in exchange for the benefits, service, and protection the government provides, infrastructure, security, legal system. While they must obey the laws and pay their dues, they generally retain personal freedoms and legal rights. Slave. A slave is legally considered the property of another person. These both go hand in hand because we're subjects and slaves, because we are property. Because even when you watch this video of Aaron Russo, let me see if I got it recorded. Because when you got your Social Security, you became property. Do I got it in this phone? Oh, I don't got it in this phone. It's okay. I can go straight to the YouTube video. I'm about to give it to y'all right now. We are subjects.
And he doesn't need
this earth in complete righteousness. Thus the scriptures say in Matthew 6, we want to give all praises and glory to
a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash. And this is getting me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. And all money will be in your chips. And so instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your chip digitally.
total control.
Total control. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip. And you have nothing. You can't buy food. You can't do anything. It's total control of the people.
And that chip's connected to a database that has your purchasing records, what you do, what
Everything.
you sell.
Everything is in there. You know?
But I think
and so they want to
before we finish that, I think I got to go to the beginning of the lesson because he actually
Really?
says it.
What happened on 9/11 is a phony, you know? And
This
we
is
never
what-
learned the truth about 9/11. The whole agenda is to create a one-world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them.
Right.
All money is to be in those chips. And this is getting me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. Aaron, what do you think women's liberation was about? We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded women's lib. They do whatever they want to do. What we want doesn't matter anymore. It's their agenda, it's their plans that matter. They have all the money they want. They can make all the money they want. They have a machine that can make all the money. It's not about money. It's about control. It's about their vision of how they want to see the world. You hear
Right,
George
the
Bush
fact.
saying democracy means freedom. No. Democracy equals New World Order.
Shalom Makim. We the
Oh,
brothers from the GMS.
that's not.
SF
I don't know why
Barry
he didn't
Camp.
say it. He was supposed to say. Hold on, I'm about to find it. He was supposed to say that. That the Social Security.
It's their agenda, it's their plans that matter. They have all the money they want. They can make all the money they want. Saying democracy means freedom. No. Democracy equals New World Order.
And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, by also.
Live to reporter Sarah.
Secure identification, linking
Maybe
identity.
it's the other video, but that's Aaron Russo. He was the director of Trading Places, and he was friends with Nicholas Rothschild. And he was saying, maybe it's another video where he was saying that the Social Security was an example to show you that you were bought. And that was a program, a system that they created to have control. Because as soon as your child is born and they get that number, they belong to the government. So going to the point of subject and slave, they go hand in hand. A slave is legally considered the property of another person. Slaves are typically forced to work without consent or pay and have no rights, freedoms, or legal standing. Their status is based on ownership, not a social contract with a government. So they put both of these together because now you're a slave that technically you're not forced to work as a subject, right? You're under rule. But technically, in order to have benefits, in order to have money, in order to buy and sell, you have to work. You have children, you have a wife, you want a house, you gotta have money. You want a car, you gotta work, right? And consent or pay or have no rights. Guess what? We have so-called rights on this side because of this government system, which we are subjects, right? It says slave freedom. Through the spirit, we don't have freedom because you can't just leave the country whenever you want without showing your ID. You can't fly to another country without showing a passport. So we have no real freedom. Just because you can walk down a damn street, just because you can, I could go drive a mile, but guess what? You still got to show your license if you go past a toll booth, or if I want to go to Canada, I gotta show ID, show a birth certificate or the Social Security. You don't have freedom just because you can go down the street and cross the street, or legal standing. Their status is based on ownership and not social contract with a government. So historically, the word tribute often refers to payment made by the state or people to a dominant one, sometimes collected under duress. However, even in this context, the people paying were considered subjects of their local ruler, who in turn was a vessel of the dominant power. They were not chattel slaves. The modern democracies, taxes are viewed as a civic duty in a social contract. Citizens consent to taxation. We consent to it through their elected representative to fund public services and maintain an order society. Straight bullshit. But we are subjects and slaves in one. Wait, bro, how can you say we're slaves? Let's just back it up real quick. And let's go to prophecy. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're not getting whipped with a damn whip, a stick. Right? This is Deuteronomy chapter 28. And there's so many points we could go to. Dang, man, it's just so much, man. I'm gonna go to this point instead. Verse 42, 43, it says, "The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low." Who is the stranger that dwelt amongst us in the ancient world? Esau. Esau is that stranger that dwelt amongst us, near us in the ancient world. He became above us, okay? And we became very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. We lend to him when we're getting, we lend from him by getting loans. Going to the bank, going to the credit union. Can I get a loan? Can I get a loan? Right? You try to get a loan from your 401k. You're getting a loan from your 401k that Esau created. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever. So them that are above us is a sign and a wonder. Just because you can go get a job, you can go travel, you think you're not a slave, Jake, you are still a damn slave, because we got 1% of Israelites are millionaires. What that got to do with you? Even if they're a millionaire, in the Greek captivity, it was coons. In the Roman captivity, it was coons. It was some that wanted to be in the military. That still don't take away that you're not a slave. Okay? I want to get some more. Verse 48. "Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he destroy thee." For you to get food, Jake, even if you own a food market, who is butchering your animals? Your clothes, cotton. What Jake got a business with cotton, silk, leather, and you collecting it yourself? Jake, you buy water. What Jake create his own business without paying somebody to make a business? I'm talking about you. And this is another thing with Jake. You gotta buy land. When have you naturally owned land? Like naturally, this is your portion. Not some, my grandfather gave it down and you paying taxes on it. No, we talking about you own it. People pay you taxes. Jake, you don't own nothing. You are a slave. Just because you got a business, you pay taxes on that business. You still are owned. And this is plain. Verse 49, "Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the ends of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand." Right? Later on in the future, this nation was going to speak English. Right? Because you went to Rome, Jake, you was still living in Judea. You was still speaking Hebrew. They was bringing Latin. You still had some Jake and other nations speaking Greek. Moses was speaking about the future. Now look at Moses Jake speaking English. Then you get broken down to Jamaican language, which that's a whole nother language. Then you got Spanish, which came from the Latins, the Spanish, Spain. Okay, y'all getting taught a new language. Verse 50, "A nation of fierce a countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young." It's old folks that retire going back to work. Come on. You are, make it make sense. Then Jake, you're not working to actually be rich or work to live a good life. You're working to survive. All these million, don't you know, like, let's just say Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos can give 10,000, okay, let's do an AI calculation. If a person has 250 billion and it's 8 billion people in America, and he gives everyone let's just say $20,000. $20,000. How much would he have left? Salaki, y'all. I'm just getting in there. So if a person with 250 billion tried to give 20,000 to all 8 billion people in the United States, not the world, it will cost $160 trillion. So what you're doing is 8 billion times 20,000 is gonna leave them with 159. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait 1 second. Hold on, wait 1 second, y'all. The calculation is wrong. So it would cost that person 8 trillion. So that if a person had 250 billion, he wouldn't even be able to give. So let's calculate it different. Let's see if this is this. I'm trying to trick the computer. So from what it says, say if somebody had $250 billion and they was giving out money to 8 billion people in the United States, would they still have money left over? Yes, a person with 250 billion could give to all 8 billion people in America and still have a sufficient amount of money left. But he wouldn't have enough to make 8 billion people a millionaire though. He won't be able to. But still, if you put all these billionaires together, they can damn near help every person that's poor with money. You know? Again, we're paying taxes and tribute. We are slaves. So let me pay attention to the brother's precepts on the screen. Matthew 22:21, the brother Tazawan put, they say unto him, Caesar. Then saith he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar, and unto the Most High the things that are the Most High. And that's the chosen people that belong to Yahweh Shemel Shai. And money belongs to Caesar because they're speaking about a coin. So when we looking at this money, this what belongs to Esau, this damn money, this dollar. You know, you are a servant. You know, and that's another form of servitude. Yahweh Shai knew he was a servant. Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity in Babylon, the Persians, the Greeks, and in Rome, and even now. What shows that you're in captivity? Where thou hast scattered us, ain't Jake scattered 4 corners of the earth? That's another form of being in captivity for a reproach and a curse. Not being in your land, not knowing who you is a curse. And to be subject to payment, which you are in payment to health insurance, medical insurance, car insurance. And guess what? All of those businesses was funded through slavery. A lot of the billionaires of today, all of those billionaires that came in the time of slavery over here, they all became billionaires because of the slave trade, because of the tobacco trade, just because of the sugar trade, the coffee trade, the railroads. All because of slavery, a lot of them became billionaires. Okay? And they're still making money off of the cotton that slaves made. That's amazing. So according to all the iniquities of our fathers which departed from Yahweh Shemel Shai, our power, plain, and his face is on the money. That's another indicator that we are servants. Okay? Because whoever is on your money, that is your oppressor. Araya, let me get a paper towel, please. Right? We gonna keep going. I got time right now. So let's just keep it going. I'll end this real soon. But it's just so much to go over. So many points that come to mind. Let's go to this Habakkuk chapter 2. Sorry, y'all. The freaking Esau ear is getting the best of your brother. Okay? So let's get Habakkuk chapter 2. To put it right there. And let me get some tea, please. This Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15. Woe unto him woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken, also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. What is that nakedness? The sin. A wicked kingdom intoxicate the nations. That's what intoxicated Jake. Wickedness, right? What is it? 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. I believe that's the precept I want. Let me see. 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. I think this is the G&T. So let me get my other Bible app. So 2nd Ezra chapter 15. I don't think this. I think this is it. I believe. Verse 2, it says, and cause them to, verse 3, fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incruelty of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Right? America, or when you go into the word Babylon, it means confusion. Babel, confusion. America is the top country, the top place on the earth that push confusion, especially sodomy and captivity. Okay, so America is not exempt from this judgment, right? Or they're not exempt from wickedness. It is a chief pillar of the beast system. Okay, this America is what holds this system together. And what we are witnessing now is not chaos. It's an organization. Digital system is coming soon. Surveillance. We already see it now. When you go outside, they got cameras freaking everywhere. Dependence, psychological, conditioning, economics, pressure are being aligned. The beast system is not improvising. It is preparing. Right? In order to bring the MOTB, what does it have to do? It has to prepare for the digital system. Right? They're getting close. Let me go back to this video that we was playing.
Healthcare and payments.
Hold on, let me back up.
Today marks a historic step forward in our national. Today marks a historic step forward in our national security. Let's go live to reporter Sarah Martinez at the Registration Center downtown.
More than 50,000 people have come here this morning to register. This is the future of secure identification, linking identity, healthcare, and payments in one verified system.
When the mark of the beast is introduced, countries will present it as a matter of national security. Every financial institution, from the banks, hospital, and even supermarkets, will state that it is a requirement that you have the mark.
Wait, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Those are the main, basically the main importance. If banks, stores, wait, hold on. Let's play that back. Let's get that correct.
Every financial institution, from the banks, hospital, and even supermarkets.
So the banks, the hospitals, and supermarkets, those are the main top. Sick people, health problems, you got to go to hospital. Bank, this is where the money flows. Saving account, bank account, whatever and whatever. And the market, where you get your food. Those are the top, damn near the top three. When those things start pushing forth digital payments only digital, right? We are walking into that new system. Now, I know a lot of y'all in different cities, you got the self-checkout system. Certain places in the United States are only doing card, no cash, just card. Just like with the tap with the phone or tap with your card. What do you think? That's just something cool? No, that is little baby steps leading to the MOTB where it's easy. Then they try to tell you with the Seabiscuit is because of germs. People were saying they was getting freaking diseases because of dirty money. Dirty money been around for ages. But they use those things so now you don't gotta touch money. Don't you know how much dirt is on your damn cell phone? Touching it, babies touching it, air, spit, whatever, germs touching it, and you over here using your phone to tap, you're using your card. Eventually trying to go to a system where there's no physical transaction. This world is about to change. That's the whole point of this lesson. The world as you know it is about to change. It's not going to be the same, right? So any Jake that still think that America is going to be the same, you're sleep. You are sleep. Night. Right? This system is going to change. Okay? Let me play a little more of
It
this.
is a requirement that you have the mark.
I'm sorry, but without the mark, we can no longer provide you access.
Banks won't allow you to access any funds without it, and supermarkets won't allow you to purchase any goods without it.
You'll need to get registered before you can shop here, sir.
Hospitals won't treat any patient who hasn't been marked.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We can't proceed without your digital mark.
The mark of the beast won't be branded as evil.
And you see what we read in Deuteronomy 28, the 50th chapter. They will have no regard. I'll take the boo-boo. They will have no regard of person of old and young. So even those that got cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, oxygen, whatever, anybody that got medical problems, you're going to have to take it. So if your kids got autism, they're going to have to take it. Hey, if your child is on SSI, they're going to have to take it. You still want cash assistance, food stamps, you're going to have to take it. You unemployment, you're going to have to take it. You got a job, a certain job that actually agreed to it, guess what? You're going to have to take it. You're going to have to take this, man. Right? Guess what? I bet you in the hospital, if you go in there and say you pregnant, you got a baby, in order for that baby to be delivered, you got to take the charagma. Or if you don't got the charagma, you can't give birth. Then you go home, then it's going to come to a legal estate. Right? So like y'all got to take this nasty boo-boo medicine. Oh, this shit look nasty. So like y'all. Under the weather, I gotta take. Apostle Tahir, but I got this off of YouTube. But honey, ginger, and garlic, and turmeric. That's what that is. Definitely put that in your system, especially if you feel being sick. So like y'all cited from the lesson. I just had to say this, huh? I did yesterday, last night. Today? No. I'll get it after this lesson. Okay, so we got those points. Brothers and sisters, let's stay tuned. Let's stay in it. We're going to keep going. So, why the elect are being warned ahead of time? Because Yahweh Shem Al-Shai has always warned his people before major shifts. Let's go to the old prophet Jeremiah. Let's go to the 28th chapter. And y'all know, history merely repeats itself. Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. It's about to be a major shift. Before the shift, the Lord sends the prophets to warn you, to teach you. Yeah. That's like what Apostle Gabar said, a lesson within a lesson. That's brother, see, this is why that's a brother right there, right? So again, the Lord is doing the same thing again. having the prophets warn you. This is not time to play. This is time to be spiritually correct, be spiritually in tune, right? To know what the hell is going on, man. Okay? Things is erupting. Yeah, you could get on the game. Yeah, you can go do this. We could travel the 4 seas. You can enjoy yourself. But look, if we did not have the men of the Lord teaching this word, what the hell is going ice skating, rollerblading, all this extra stuff that we do on the side? What does that benefit you if you're not getting the oil? Right? Let me get this brother's precept. Let me not be disrespectful. Right? This is Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, in verse 25. Let me get that for the brother. And shalom to the brother that just hopped on, man. Yahweh Shai Brakatah, man. I see you, King. This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Right? And really, when you look at this, these are those that's not taking heed now. Right? The elect, those true believers, they've been seeking it since the truth came out. The little times, like, brother, this can be your main lesson you watch today, and you took heed to it. And then you go read you a chapter and you go about your day. You already, you got something. You did something instead of nothing. Now, it's brothers in here that all day they sit, watch videos. They watch four videos, or they watching lessons, or they're breaking down scriptures. You keeping yourself occupied. Those I'm not speaking to. But those, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Those are the ones that's going to be looking for the word. Those are, man, actually, let's get it. It's going to be people seeking for peace. Those are going to be the ones that wasn't taking heed to the truth being pushed out. Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Bashim Shai power, that I will send a famine in the land, and not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the word of Yahweh. Because if people are seeking for peace and don't have a hold of the word, you might be a person that don't believe in Yahweh Shema Shai. Because it is going to be people that don't believe in the Lord and just think, oh, this is going to die down. Eventually, it's going to get good. So they're going to look for peace. It's the TV show Homestead. When you watch the TV show Homestead, the America start to get bombed and people start looking for shelter. They looking for peace. They looking for a safe haven. But nobody in there is speaking about Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. But you got a little girl that has prophetic thoughts and visions, and she draws certain things. That's like a form of a prophet. But it's going to be people on the earth that's going to be looking for the word, what we just read in Amos 8 and 11. You're going to have people that's going to look for peace. Both of these two, those that's looking for the word in this time and won't find it, they're going to be going from sea to sea, place to place, looking for the word and won't find it. You are shit out of luck. Those that are looking for peace that we just read in Ezekiel 7 and 28, you're done. Because you should have been doing it when you had time, when you had free time to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding right now. This is high time to wake up. Oh, let me do it. Let me do it now when shit is hitting the fan. Going back to Ezekiel 7, verse 26, mischief shall come upon mischief. Rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest, and counsel from the ancient. Right? Then shall they seek a vision from the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest, and counsel from the ancient. Right? People are going to be looking for the divine word. But truly, what's going to happen when we go, I think, in the beginning of Ezekiel? What is it? Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 25. It says, but thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee, and shall bid thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. Right? So the prophets eventually going to go mute. They're not going to be teaching or giving you the word. The word is only going to be given to the elect. Okay? So again, Yahweh has always warned his people before major shifts. Right now, this is the warning. Soon as the feminine word gun, you're done. It's over. Ezekiel 9:4 is in full effect. The Thawah, right? Ezekiel 9:4. Yahweh said unto them, go through the midst of the city and through the midst of Jerusalem and set a mark. In the Hebrew is called Thawah, a mark of exemption from judgment upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Who is the men that sighing and crying? The prophets. Those are the main people on the earth sighing and crying. The prophets prophesying and praying unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Al Shai. We're sighing and crying when we're in the highways and byways, shaking the hand. Oh, you doing this. You doing this. Look what they doing here. We showing you what Esau's doing. That's sighing and crying. So it's the men being marked. Okay? And those that's learning the word under the feet of those men is the other men that are not teachers, the women and the children, the elect lady and the elect child. Verse 5. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. It's going to be no pity on those that what? Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark. And being at my sanctuary, then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. This is why it's important to the men are the key. Are you if you watching the prophets? You are covered if you truly believe. Those that didn't hear the word under the prophets, under the feet of the men of the Lord, you're going to be smite. Old, young, maids, little children, and women. You're dead. You got to think of Martha and Mary. Mary was hearing the word of Yahweh Shai at the feet. She's covered. So those that's hearing the words of the prophet, I'm not, oh, I'm hearing the word, but you're not applying it. This shit don't account to you, right? Because to be a believer is to apply what you read, apply what you heard, apply what you believe in your life and walk it, live it, move it, make it a motion. Okay? So those that's watching under the men that have been marked, that got that mark of exemption, that seal, the doctrine, the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you should be learning under them. So that under that understanding that you're applying in your life, you're going to be covered. That's why a lot of women are going to be moved to certain directions and they're going to be cleaving to the men of the Lord. So look, Noah warned before the flood. He had 100 years. They had 100 years to build that ark. Between that 100 years, he was warning the people. Lot was removed before the fire fell, right? And he didn't see nobody, but he got his children. He even tried to tell his sons-in-law. They thought he was joking, right? Let me see if I can get that. I want to get it in the NLT. I think it's Genesis, if I'm not mistaken. It is the 19th chapter. I'm going to read this in the NLT just so y'all can hear that these children thought Lot was joking. Okay, this is Genesis 19:14. It says, so Lot rushed out to tell his daughter's fiance, quick, get out of the city. Yahweh is about to destroy it. But the young men thought he was only joking. He warned them. They thought this man was joking. He was a comedian. They ended up saying, but truly, when you consume by the world that you in, of course you're going to think somebody joking. Look at Jake now. It's so many Jake that get on this joint talking about bullshit in the comment section. They think this is a joke because they're consumed. The data of this Babylon, they've been calculating so much dumb data that they're consumed with this world. That's why they don't believe in the inevitable. Okay? Jeremiah warned before Jerusalem fall. He was telling them. They didn't even believe it. Right? Look, let me get this. We brought this out yesterday in a live. Let's just get it again. Jeremiah, the 7th chapter. This is what Jeremiah said. Verse 2. Stand in the gate of Yahweh's house and proclaim there this word and say, hear the word of Yahweh, all ye of Judah, and that enter in at these gates to worship Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel, amend your ways and your doings, and I will cause you to dwell in this place. Trust ye not in lying words, saying the temple of Yahweh, the temple of Yahweh, the temple of Yahweh are these. For if ye thoroughly amend your ways and your doings, if ye thoroughly execute judgment between a man and his neighbor, if ye oppress not the stranger and the fatherless and the widow, and shed not innocent blood in this place, neither walk after other gods to your hurt, then I will cause you to dwell in this place, in the land that I gave to your fathers forever and ever. He's saying, if you do this, I'm going to let you dwell in this land. Jake, later on, they turned away from the Lord. Wait, let me speed up. Now let's go to Jeremiah 32, verse 33. Wait, is this it? Yo, yeah, this is it. Jeremiah 32, verse 33. And they have turned unto me the back and not the face. Though I taught them rising up early and teaching them, yet they have not hearkened to receive instruction. The Lord had Jeremiah waking up early, teaching, and they turned the back and not the face to Jeremiah, but they was doing it to Yahweh. And he told them, if you do this and do that, yo, you can dwell in this land. You know, Jake, they were serving Bala or Dagon and then come. It's the Passover. We got to do the Lord's Passover and then go back to an idol. Jake doing adultery. You had kings and princes seeing other men's wives like, man, I want her. And they sabotage their marriage and then take that man's wife. We was doing the same wickedness over again. This man is prophesying. And guess what? Later on, Babylon came and took over. Yahushua warned before 70 AD destruction. We already did a lesson on it on Matthew, the 3rd chapter, when even John the Baptist was talking about who told you about, you know what? Let me not butcher John the Baptist's words. Let me just go to it. Let me not butcher it. What John the Baptist say to these bloodsuckers? This is Matthew chapter 3 in verse 7. It says, but when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees come to his baptism, he said unto them, O generation of vipers, who have warned you to flee from the wrath to come. That wrath he was speaking of was 70 AD. It was going to be the fall or no more of the Pharisees and Sadducees. False leadership. Because the temple getting destroyed. Now you can't falsely lead. And then simultaneously, this is a twofold. And he's speaking about the ultimate judgment when Yahushua returned. So that means the Pharisees is back on the earth to fulfill their lot again, to get the judgment that pertained to what John the Baptist was saying. Then even Yahushua said, now one stone shall be left. This was a warning. And guess what? John the Revelator was the last one, which I believe he remained until 95 AD. Okay? He actually was able to see the destruction of the temple. Right? Let's go to the book of Luke 21, verse 36. Luke chapter 21, verse 36. It says, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be counted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Right? You trying to make yourself worthy. Let's look at this word worthy real quick. Let's look at this word worthy. Luke 21 and 36. Let's look at this word worthy. All right, you got to ask yourself, am I making myself worthy unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushai? Can you see the mistakes you making? Are you trying to take accountability for the mistakes that you made?
Strong's G 2661. Kataxiao.
Ataxiaho. The biblical definition for worthy is to account worthy, judge worthy. The Strong's definition, to deem entirely deserving. That's what worthy is, right? Are you deserving? Right? Again, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy, right? Deserving to escape all these things. Do you think you are deserving to escape all these things? The purpose of warning is not fear. but preparation, the act of preparing you. Of course, I want you to fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, but this is all an act to prepare you for what's to come. This is not about like the chicken. The sky is falling and then start, oh, what am I going to do? No, this is about getting your affairs in order spiritually and mentally so that you could be found worthy in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? Ain't no time for boo-hooing. This is the time to get your affairs in order spiritually and mentally so you can physically come out of her to fulfill Revelations 18:4. Okay? The world is being prepared for control by the elites. The elect are being prepared for deliverance. Each lesson, each chapter you read and you apply it in your life is a step to being prepared to get delivered. That's the main objective, is to be delivered. The main objective. If that's not your main objective, if that's not your main agenda in this life, I want to be a millionaire. Do you got anything else? Okay? The greatest weapon of the beast system is pressure, not violence. Let's show. It's not fully just violence. Let's go to Sirach, the 12th chapter. Yo, your enemy is a wicked, nasty. Did anybody in the comment section, did anybody ever watch The Human Centipede? Just put that comment in the comment board. Has anybody ever watched Human Centipede? Has anybody watched Human Centipede? This is Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Oh, Tazawam, you gotta go watch that. Oh, the one brother, yep, he definitely did. No, they told me not to, so I didn't. Yo, go watch The Human Centipede. And I'll just give you guys a spoiler alert. Human Centipede is a scientist, Edomite short dude that basically kidnapped some people. I think he drugged them with a napkin, made them fall asleep, and he's doing experiments. And you know what a centipede is, right? A centipede is long. So what he did to make a human centipede, he got multiple individuals, gave them a freaking like something that make you boo boo. I forgot what is it called, laxative or something else, right? And what he does is he connects everybody's head to their butt, to their bottom, right? And put their mouth on their butt. Man, woman, man, woman, all the way to the last person. And they're duct tape. They're taped and glued to their butt. So he feed the first one this nasty, gooky stuff, and it makes some boo-boo. And what it does is, all of that goes to 1, it goes to 2, it goes to 3, it goes all the way to the end. And this is an experiment. This is an experiment. So I'm only just telling you, surgery, yup, stitched, yup. And if he can do that in a movie, it just said that if he find an opportunity, he wouldn't just be satisfied with blood. Esau is not just, ooh, yay, blood. No, he gets off on other things. Look at the Seabiscuit. When he seen about the Seabiscuit being 6 arms, being 6 inches away, this was a whole experiment. They say it's airborne. No, go look at Resident Evil. When the dude went to go and get the little virus and then he threw it. They're pushing this shit out. They're pushing it out. Depopulation. Chemtrails. They're physically pushing this shit out. Okay? This whole America is a damn experiment. Slavery was an experiment. And it was a money scheme. Railroads making you work all day. You think that was learning? Spiritually it is, for now that we know, learning because of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But for Esau, it was all an experiment. He'll get the dumbest Israelite in slavery, have a beautiful, get the dumbest Israelite male that don't know nothing, but he's the brolic, and make him be a sex breeder, have sex with all the slaves just to bring babies. And because he dumb, They want strong children but dumb. So they don't want to read. They don't talk back. They just want to work. So his main job was laying with slaves. And Esau was getting off of that, and he was giving slave women pennies, bronze coins, every child, just one coin for each child. Yo, if you go watch the movie Goodbye Uncle Tom, they was calling you beast, and they was doing science tests. They was testing your sweat and say your sweat makes you beyond a damn monkey. You're worse than a monkey. They was going into women's karuchi and spreading it and see how far a women karuchi can open up. It's a Roman tool that they use for punishing men. That they will sit you on, that little jigsaw thing when you keep rolling it and then the thing pop out. They will have a man sit down and wind it up and have a rod pop and hit a man's uterus. And you know what the hell I'm talking about. Go look it up. Esau is way further than violence. He will experiment on your ass. When you go to work and I got my afro out, and other Jake, you got it too. I like your hair. Can I feel it? You are an experiment. Okay? When you go to the hospital, you're supposed to be able to ask for the placenta. Don't you know what they did with my baby? They gonna say, oh, it was something wrong, so they had to take the placenta. No, they're taking that and they're taking the stem cells, because they can get melanin from your stem cells and your period blood and the placenta. It's stem cells. That's how they can get melanin. They taking that and making experiments off of it. Okay? A uterus, you know what I mean. I mean the buttocks. Okay? Slip the word. You know what I meant. The butt. The heck? Yeah, I said the uterus. Yeah, you know what I meant. Okay? The brother Tazawan put a beautiful precept, Malachi 1:4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh have indignation forever. Right? No wickedness can surpass Esau, man. But Jake, you 2/3 niggas, you are just like him, man. Right? Actually, let's do another AI look. Let's dissect what that means. What is the meaning of the border of wickedness? What does it truly mean? The border of wickedness refers to, okay, we know that. Signify it is perpetually sinful, cursed, desolate region under the Most High's eternal judgment, where they attempt to rebuild will be demolished by the Most High. Yeah, no, I know that's the biblical usage, but let's get further in the meaning. The symbolism, Okay, signifies its permanent spiritual and physical desolation due to its persistent wickedness. Okay, that's what it is. The borderline of wickedness, that means he's a persistent wicked, right? He's persistent in his wickedness, and he's the border. What is the border? Okay, borderline means being on the edge or near a boundary, describing something uncertain, debatable, or not quite meeting the usual standard. So Esau, he is the boundary of wickedness. He's the far extent boundary of wickedness. No nation on earth can go as far as Esau. That is crazy. Okay? So again, the system will not being with brute force. The system will not begin with brute force. It begins with pressure, economic stress, social isolation, fear narratives, safety and convenience, gradual moral compromise. So when we look at Revelations, the 13th chapter, verse 16 and 17, this is something very serious. A lot of you brothers and sisters is playing a game, Russian roulette with the mark of the beast and trying to make it spiritual. Esau ain't spiritual. Again, John the Revelator is seeing it as a vision that they're implementing it. Then the 14th chapter, he's seeing a vision that anybody that take it is going to take part in the lake of fire. He's seeing them that took the mark is going to have part in the lake of fire. Then he see a vision of Revelations 20. Again, it jumps here to here. But when you go to the point where verse 4, those that didn't bow to the beast or take the Karagma or a testimony or the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, they were martyred. They were put to death. He's seeing it in the vision. Those that didn't take the mark, those that didn't yield to the system was martyred. This is a physical system, and this is going to part of the physical system is taking the mark. Okay, let's dissect this real quick. It's plain. Plain as plain as day. It's Revelation chapter 13. Don't the scriptures say, right? You give it to them plain, right? Revelation chapter 13, verse 6. And this is the vision. This is how he's saying it. When you go to verse 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. He's seeing it. He made this system, and that anybody that don't bow down to this system should be killed. He's seeing this vision. And he's seeing this beast, this whore. He causeth all, both small and great. This is not, oh, this is my theory. No, he's seeing, oh, he causes both small, great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand, because technically it's right is the dominant hand. Okay. Or in their forehead, in that no man might buy or sell, save he that made that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you can't buy unless you have this mark. Like, when has anybody bought spiritually in history? You can't use Deuteronomy because nobody ever bought spiritually, ever. Okay, and only Israelites can be spiritual. Make that make sense. This is a physical mark. Now let's make it make sense. Don't you physically buy? Yes, I do, Gabar. I physically buy. So look at Esau's system. He created $1. Then eventually he created a credit card. Then you got a cell phone. Back then, all of y'all know, you could not buy and tap with your phone. You couldn't just go online and buy on your phone. That eventually became part of the process when they gave you a credit card and your number was on your card, and the back number on there and your expiration date. Now you could just put that in your information. Now you could go to stores and just tap your phone or tap your card. He is working on a new system for you to buy and sell. You think Esau want to stay in the old? No, he's always looking for something new to put you in subjection. He wants control. So the test is faith under pressure. This MOTB is under pressure. Feminine word, under pressure. Okay? Feminine word is under pressure. The MOTB, under pressure. Jacob Trouble, you are under pressure. This is why Yahushua said this. Let's go to Luke, the 14th chapter. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna try to cut it. It's just the engine is engineing right now. Let's go to Luke, the 14th chapter. Luke chapter 14, verse 28. It says, for which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether... Wait, am I at the right chapter? Okay, I am. No, yeah, I'm at the right chapter. Let me read it again. It says, for which of you tending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? Right? So again, let's slow this down and add it to Esau's system. When you really go into it, this is going into like the cost of the disciples, right? You got verse 29. less happy after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it being to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. So when we look at Esau, Esau is counting the cost. Why the MOTB fully not here? It's here, but it's not fully implemented because it's processed in demand. You got to do the market, you got to have the bank and the hospital. You gotta, it's so many revenues, so many calculations on how you implement this. And he's not gonna implement, oh, this is the mark of the beast. He's gonna implement it in a nice way. Let me show you how they implement it to children. Let me see if I still got it though. Watch how these fools is promoting this to children. Let me see if I got it. Where is it at? Where is it at? Implementing this for children right here.
City is stunned by the sudden rollout of
Watch this. Let's see if they implement this to children.
City is stunned by the sudden rollout of Rook Unlimited's most fantastic device ever. The Smart Mark. Throw your other devices away. City is stunned by the sudden rollout of Rook Unlimited's most fantastic device ever. The Smart Mark. Throw your other devices away because the Smart Mark is more than just a phone. It's part of you. Use it as cash.
And what did Nokia just say? They say they want their phone, they don't want to use phones anymore. They said by 2030, phones is going to be in you. Now, a brother did a video on it. Let me see if I... Nokia, let me see. I might have to go to the brother's video. What is it? Jersey Saints, Salaki. I gotta find his brother's video. Shalom, King. Yahweh Shemashai Brakatah. Okay, here go the brother's channel, Saints of Jersey. And I'm about to show you, I'm about to play this video. I'm about to find it first. And then I'm going to play this video for y'all what Nokia just said. Okay, I got the video right here. Okay, I got the video right here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm about to play a little of this video.
Phones. All right, this is the CEO of Nokia. Listen to what he says.
I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual kind of the most common interface. Wow. Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies.
And one of the...
You heard what this man just said? He just said that Nokia, they're working on not having physical phones anymore. Like he said, Nokia CEO says that by 2030, smartphones will be implemented directly in our bodies as 6G becomes fully operational. Okay, now I'm about to show y'all, and I knew the Spirit was going to have me bring this out. I don't know if I can find my brother's. It's definitely in that phone. Dang, it's in that phone. It's in that phone right there. Let me see if I can find it in one of the other brothers' channel. Let me see. Oh man, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I didn't even know that the Spirit was gonna have me move and add all of this in there. But hey, all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakakodash. Let me see if Apostle Tahar usually the main one. He the main one that brings this out. If it's not him, there's other brothers we can go to. Again, what I'm looking for, I already have it, but it's in the phone that we're live on right now. Salaki, y'all. I'm so sorry that I don't have it. It was dealing with the White House website where it actually talks about the MOTB. But if I find Amawang, I believe maybe Amawang Gabar got it on his.
And listen close. That'll be the society. As you know. Another one. See.
Yep, found it.
You know, like it's tarrying no more. It's here. It's at the doors. It says, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. You know what I'm saying? So this thing is here, bro. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Once again. You know what I mean? Once again, breaking news. Beautiful news. It's there. It's right there. And I'm going to show you on the screen. All right? Right here. This is the White House. All right? I'm sorry. Let me...
You see that?
Zoom in. The WhiteHouse.gov. Winning the 6G race. This is the actual website. All right.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pause it. So this is WhiteHouse.gov. I'm gonna make sure that y'all see it. It say WhiteHouse.gov. You see that? It's not made up. WhiteHouse.gov. Winning the 6G race. In the second paragraph, it says the next generation of mobile communications network, 6G, will be foundational to the national security, foreign policy, economic prosperity of the United States. This technology will play a pivotal role in the development and adoption of emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, robotic, and implantable technology. 6G will also provide faster and more resilient and more secure communication networks that can utilize for national security and public safety purposes. Another elder did a lesson on it, and he said 5G was the activation of the system. 6G is going to basically be the process or the activation of the system. So again, it said this technology will play a pivotal role in the development and adoption of emerging technologies like artificial AI, robotic, and implantable technologies. Are you in Nokia just said by 2030, even though it might be before, they're just giving that distant time that by 2030, we're not going to use physical phones no more. We're going to have phones within ourselves. This is what they're working on. And yesterday when the freaking New Year's came, or today, whatever you want to call it, they said it was about 100 billionaires in St. Barths, that damn resort where billionaires and rich people go, and it's like a yacht invention. All these billionaires come on a yacht and they all come together for the New Year's. All of them, 100 of them, and it's all in Europe. It's in Europe, man. So, and of course, that's not the only place or the only time they have meetings, but shit is getting real, man. They're promoting 6G. Oh, hold on. Let's look up some more. Okay, let's look up some more. Is 6G real? Yes, 6G is real as a research and developed concept. The planned successor to 5G, with global efforts focused on defining standards and testing technologies for an expected commercial launch around 2030. It's not available now, but it's actively being built for future speeds near zero lack in applications like true mixed reality and holographic communication. Look, that's going to make their Project Bluebeam be even stronger. Wow. Okay, Wikipedia, 6G is the proposed sixth generation of mobile communications technology and the planned successor to 5G. As of 2024, development and coordinator by the International Telecommunication Union. It's multiple information on this. 6G is a real thing. Look at this. They got the whole history. You got 2G, 2.5G, 2.7G, 2.9G, 3G, 3.5G, 3.7G, 3.9G, 4G, 4.5G, 4.9G, 5G, 6G. We almost here, man. So they trying to say 6G networks are expected to be developed and released by the early 230s. So if it's here early 230s, it can be before. It can be in the 230s, the beginning of the months, but technically it can be before. Now Esau and them is putting the date, but nobody can trump the time of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. He can speed, because you got to know technology upgrades. Right? Let me see. Let's actually let me investigate some more. Do technology upgrade. Let's look. So when you go into okay, when you look at it in an overview, no, technology doesn't upgrade daily for most users, but the tech industry evolves constantly with new products and updates appearing daily, creating a rapid pace of change. You see, we've seen what we just talked about. Get ready for a big change that requires regular strategic upgrades every few years for hardware, more often for software, to maintain performance, security, and production, although personal upgrades depend on individual needs and budgets. But it says tech industry evolves constantly. You see that? And most of the time it'd be like, what, every day or because I'm not on the computer as much, but every week my computer would send me a notification it has to upgrade. My phone, mainly either every week, every other week, or close to like a month, my phone would send an update. And that's a phone. That's technology. It's a phone, you know, and it needs to update. Certain things on a phone need to update. Okay, so that's what America is getting into. Really, the world itself is growing into is in an update phase. You see Russia, they came up with BRIC with the other nations. That is an update. That's something new. They're all trying to leave the dollar. That is an upgrade. So Jake, what is you doing? Are you upgrading? Are you changing changing while this system change? That's what when we went to Luke 14:28, this is what they're doing. They have the things to prepare the MOTB, but they're taking their time because it's not collateral damage, but you have to have everything aligned to the system. Okay, banks, hospitals, the markets where food is being sold. When all those things fall through, everything else, media, okay, your job, everything is going to fall through. Is either your job is going to get under this system, or your job is just going to say, fuck it, and lay off everybody, and they just close the business. Business is going to be lost. Job positions is going to be lost, right? But the system is going to be here, okay? So why the elect must focus on building faith now? The brother said, true, year 2000 to this day, alignment, transportation carries it. You got to get more detail. Yeah, faith now, definitely faith. why the elect must focus on building faith now. When the system tightens, knowledge alone will not carry you. When we go into Hebrews 11th chapter, the classic, Hebrews 11:6, it says, but without faith it's impossible to please him, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. He is, right? You can't please the Lord without faith, right? You just saying law, law, law all day, law, law, law. You don't got no faith. I did a lesson on Romans, the 4th chapter. Okay, the law shows us what sin is. Okay, the law is your religion, it's your culture. But truly, the Lord made us to have faith in his son, Yahweh Shai. If you don't have faith in Yahweh Shai, you ain't getting to no kingdom. You're not going to grow. You're not going to change. You're not going to develop. The Lord cares if his sheep have faith. If you don't have faith, you ain't doing a damn thing. Right? Let's get this in Isaiah 33. Let me get this real quick. I believe you brothers know where I'm going. Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. It says, in wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, in strength of salvation, the fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Right now, this is the stability of our time, those that's in the faith now. When shit start to crack off, now is going to be a more of an assurance to know wisdom and knowledge is the stability of thy time, because you're going to need it. You don't know what's coming from the left or the right of you. Okay? So faith must be built, not assumed. Faith is built by constant hearing of the word. Romans 10:17. Enduring small trials, what you going through right now, rent, right? You got low funds in your pocket because you paying all your bills. That's enduring small trials. That's small. That's not really, I mean, you paying your bills, you got a house to live on. You can use your damn microwave. That's not something, a lot of us just be wanting extra money just to go do bullshit. To be truthfully honest, okay? I want extra money so I can go to Cedar Point. Okay, what? Just for a good time, okay? At the end, you're going to get done with that. You're going to come right back home, okay? So detaching from the comforts of this world, trusting Yahweh when logic says panic, because that's what logic does, okay? If you wait until pressure comes to build faith, you are already late. And you know how Jake is coming to the picnic, to the barbecue. We late. Yo, I'm going to be there. You come 2 hours late. And then there is one beef hot dog left. One beef rib left. Okay? But when it comes to Yahweh Shem Shai, you got to be the first there. That's the elect. I'm not going to hold y'all too long. So the elect are not called to fear. They are called to endure. 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, verse 40 to 42. I'm going to just quote part of it. Oh, my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle. Let not your sins weigh you down. Because later on in that chapter, it says your sins shall be your accusers in that day. The brother said, Khan, if you ain't first, you ain't getting nothing. Man, that's a fact. And when everybody run a race, what's the main important position? I mean, finish lot you want. You want to be first. The elect is first. Those that get beamed up is first. First. Whoever get the first, whoever's first in the resurrection, that's first. Okay? This is not a physical war for the elect. It is a spiritual endurance test. This is all testing. This is a test. Okay? This is how you know it's more spiritual. Let's go to Ephesians, the 6th chapter. The Lord already gave you the blueprint to letting you know how this is spiritual. Yes, you see physical things, but it's all spiritual, man. This is Ephesians 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This is a spiritual battle. This is why you women are in the back, because you can't handle it. Yes, you're going through spiritual battles, but in the forefront, you seeing it all. We seeing it all, man. Okay? So, this is not a physical war for the elect. It is a spiritual endurance test. Can you trust Yahweh Shem Shai when resources dry up? when you only got noodles or bread in your house? Can you stand alone when mocked? People, oh, hey, how about the grape? Oh, this and that. Everybody always got something to say, even those that's claiming the truth. And they just dissing you, but not going to the same precepts you brought out to prove, because that's the whole thing. Prove all things with the scriptures. A lot of y'all just run your mouth because what somebody said, but you're not going into the precepts that they brought out and give the right understanding, because you know that brother is correct. Can you obey when disobedience is rewarded? Can you endure when the world demands compromise? Matthew 24:13. America in the beast system will fall. The elect will be delivered. The system looks strong right before it collapsed. It looks strong right now, but really, this whore is on one leg, is on one toe. Okay, the system looks strong right now before it collapses. Go read Jeremiah 50 and Jeremiah 51. Babylon falls suddenly, right? Read Revelations 18 and 10. It goes into, in 1 hour is thy judgment come. 1 hour. Isn't it funny? America has a TV show, 60 Minutes. 60 minutes. So the elect are not meant to save Babylon. You got ISUBK saying they want America black. What is you talking about? America gonna be destroyed. Why is you teaching you want America black? They are meant to survive it spiritually. You go to Luke 12 and 32. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. The little flock is the small sanctuary. The Lord don't care for the many. Why are you? Don't care for quantity, but care for quality. Wait, quantity? Quantity is the faithful. Let me actually get this right. Let's look at this right here. The difference between quality and quantity. Yes. Quality over quantity. That is a full fact. Thank you. This is another reason why you always want to have brothers around you. Okay, the key difference is that quality defines the nature or value, whereas quantity measure the extent. Okay, so with the former often prioritized for a long-term benefit, quality over quantity in food, relationships, and product. Yeah, I see you. I see you over there. Quality defines the inherent characteristic, the nature, the excellence of something, and how good it is. Quantity is the amount, the number, the size, the extent of something. You don't want quantity. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to dish no flames, but you call a spade a spade. I don't want to be part of the Purple Rangers. IUIC, you could keep the quantity. You can boast on your numbers. I don't want to be sick. I want to be where the quality is, right? The faithful, right? Where you push the actual doctrine, the sound doctrine, the 100% truth, where you confident that 100% truth have to be taught. I want to be around brothers that pick doctrine over brotherhood, because in order to have strong brotherhood, you need the doctrine. Quality over quantity. Okay? The water, brothers. That's what it takes. And the water for the other people that were saying things in the background. So the final points: get your mind, your faith, and your spirit right. Now is the time to tighten your walk. Buckle the hell up. Buckle up. You get in a car accident, the string get tight. Buckle up. Separate mentally from the world, where it's going to be shown physically. Stop trusting the system. The system didn't do shit for you. Okay? We use the world, but we don't abuse it. 144, call out Yahweh Shem Shai. Increase in prayer and discipline. Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter. Let me just get it for you guys. Let's get Wisdom of Solomon real quick. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 17. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, And the care of discipline is love. And love is a deed. It's truth. So take the word seriously. The world is preparing to control. The elect are preparing for crowns. Revelations 3:11, behold, I come quickly, hold fast, which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. I did a lesson. Don't even let yourself get in the way of your crown, which a lot of us do. The world will change for the worse, not the better, but the elect are being refined for the better. Stay watching, stay sober, and stay faithful. Lord willing, this whole lesson was edifying through the power of the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. But the brother said, I do have a question. Did something happen with IUIC to make them bad? Through the power of the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, I would say yes. They keep changing in the doctrine. IUIC, Bishop Nathaniel just said on a lesson that the name of Yahweh Shai is crap. They say that the name doesn't matter. So yes. Then they're saying that when the bombs drop, it's going to open up a portal. So they're changing the doctrine. Let alone that is the biggest camp. They're in quantity, not in quality. They care for brotherhood over doctrine. Brotherhood over doctrine over there. And there's many other camps. They're not the only one. And of course they teach that the charagma is spiritual or it is sin. Okay? But I'm not going to go too crazy on that, but it should make sense to you guys. Atazawan, the brother said, they teach false doctrines. I think you should take your boots off. It's snow. You tread in snow in the house though. Oh. They teach false doctrine. They refuse to teach the correct names. The brother said it best. IUIC is supposed to be a whole. You got you seen one brother said, a lot of brothers, and really Bishop Nathaniel say multiple wives, that's a sin, but you're gonna have it in the kingdom. And then you got one brother that actually said, really a light-skinned brother, that's one of the main teachers, said multiple wives is not a sin. Man really said multiple wives not a sin, but they saying it is. And then you got them saying what in the kingdom is gonna be good. How is it a sin? Because we're in slavery. There's no verse that say that. And you could keep on going in many directions to show why it's off. And again, those are not the only ones. You got Genesis that's going way off than them. They're changing a whole new doctrine. Sea moss, mushrooms. They're changing that. Salvation for the other nations, saying the other nations are going to have a glorified body. If we get superpowers, they're going to get superpowers. Then you got some saying that Esau is not going to go into slavery. He's going to get completely destroyed, and then come back and say, no, they're not going to get completely destroyed. They're going to have hand in hand with salvation with us. Paul's letters is not scriptures, or is not inspired by the Lord. But he even said he wasn't taught by men. He was taught by the Heavenly Father, by Yahweh Shem Shai, let alone 1 Corinthians 14:37. A lot of Paul's words were laws. Okay, it's a lot. And it's not just only IUIC. It's multiple different camps. And Bishop Nathaniel had one of the best breakdowns of the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And now he's making a joke of the name. But when he was sick on that deathbed, he was saying the name of the Lord. Now he went back to saying the regular name. But then you got some brothers in IUIC saying off the camera when they pray with their family, they say Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. But on camera, they're saying Jesus. That's a hypocrite. How you say you can't be ashamed to say the Lord's name. Then you got brothers agreeing, oh, we can't share the name with the heathen. What is you talking about? The name of the Lord is dreadful to the heathen. Why would I keep it? That name is going to keep me secure. Somebody trying to kill you, saying Yahweh Shem, and they stop and they wait, what'd you say? But this man gonna kill me. Let me just say it, man. Hell no. Okay? Let me read these precepts. The brother put Jeremiah 40:10. Cursed be he that doeth the work of Yahweh deceitfully. That is a full fact. Cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood, which a lot of men, even women, a lot of men keep their sword away from blood. This is with that going to correction. You should be correcting men and women, right? Let alone just the teaching itself. You cutting and slicing the system. Titus 1:10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, right? And that's those that claim they of this faith, okay? Verse 11, it says, whose mouth must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake, right? Some people are teaching because of hire. They got paid, you know. This is a lot of them not looking at this is already a business of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You get paid when Yahushai returns. Okay? James 1:8. A double-minded man is unstable in his ways, right? Especially if it's Jake taking a 501c3, right? You shaking the hand to this world, but then you with this world. You against this world, but you all lovey-dovey, buddy, butterfingers. You can't be double-minded, okay? The other brother, he said, I didn't know IUIC was going off, let alone that bad. I hope they come back. Hey, I mean, not all. Again, we're not here for quantity. We're here for quality. So some of the elect is in their congregation, but technically, when you go to James, the 3rd chapter, verse 1. Let me get that real quick. James chapter 3 and verse 1. Let's get that real quick. I'm going to read this in the NLT. No, that's the children. In the NLT, it says, dear brothers and sisters, not many of you should become teachers in the church, for we who teach will be judged more strictly. Okay, so if you teaching wrong and you don't repent, for them to come back, they got to repent, but it's all on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Because if you teaching a doctrine, you've been marked. Let's go to Romans, the 16th chapter, verse 17. Right? Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offense contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. We got to avoid them that's causing division. We said we over here teaching this, and you teaching that, man, we avoiding them. And guess what? They're spiritually marked. You spiritually marked. If you teaching a different doctrine, you changing up. You got brothers saying the lake of fire is the river between Basra and Israel. And when the bombs hit, that river is going to turn into a lake of fire. Are you kidding me? Then they say, when you go in the scripture where it talks about he comes from Basra, it's speaking about physical Basra. No, it's speaking about spiritual Basra. Basra as in America. Then now they saying that America is not going to be the lake of fire, but America going to get destroyed. Are you kidding me? Gentiles in Isaiah 49:6 is the actual physical Gentiles, not the Israelite Gentiles that was dispersed and scattered. Man, get the hell up out of here, man. Now brothers is saying, oh, he broke down the Lashawan Kodash. That's not the real Hebrew. Now you got brothers is reneging. They used to say Yahweh Shemal Shai before they video. Now they said I want to give all praises to the Most High Yah. This brother saying the Most High Yah when they used to say Yahweh Shemal Shai. You better stay far away from them. Then the man gonna say we're gonna leave our old channels on just so you can see the change from our doctrine. We don't want to just delete it. No, you just lying. The reason why you want to leave that up because you're getting views on that and you're getting what is it called? Where you get paid. I forgot what's the word. It's on my lip. It starts with an M. Monetized. Their YouTube is monetized with the commercials and the views and the likings. They're getting paid from YouTube. If they cancel it, they got to start all over. Then, since he's saying Most High Yah, he said he's not going to cancel and remove his music. But he's saying Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He's saying captivity to Esau and they're going to be destroyed in his music. He said, we're going to change the music, but I'm going to keep it up. If you're not using the name and you think Esau is going to be part of salvation, shouldn't, for the sheep's sake, wouldn't you delete all of that? That shows that person don't care for the sheep. You should not be watching them. This is why Paul said, let there be no confusion. You shouldn't be teaching something, and you shouldn't be teaching something. You should all be teaching the same thing. A lot of you brothers in different camps don't get that. It's nothing. Hey, stay with your camp and just teach the same thing. But guess what? This is a secret I'm going to tell all of y'all. And y'all probably know that. It's brothers And it's even sisters that's in certain camps that don't agree what's fully being taught. They agree with this, but a certain thing, I don't agree with that. But you still laboring with the camp? Y'all all supposed to agree 100% what's being taught in that camp. It's literal camps that don't fully agree with each other, but they just, oh, because of the elder, oh, I don't want to start all over again. I'm going to just keep the same doctrine. Man, that don't make no damn sense, man. So literally, man, stay rooted in 100% truth. Us over here, we GMS, man. I don't watch nobody else unless I'm watching them to hear them slip on their tongue, right? Teach something wrong. You watch the camp that's probably the most watch or got the most quantity, which is IUIC, and you watch other camps, other leaders that slipped on their own sword because they either getting on podcasts and doing this and doing that. You want to be able to edify the sheep, warn the sheep, and show them red flags, you know. But again, all these lessons we do is to edify the sheep, the elect, and of course, it's supposed to put a mark on you 2/3 men and women that claim to be Israel, but you're not. 1 Peter 4:17. So I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to the one true power, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth in the same Spirit. Teaching His word and believing in His word, Lord willing as a whole, that you all continue in sound doctrine. Again, the title of this lesson, Prepare for the World to Change. Build your faith. Okay? And shalom to the Akwaf, the sense of His faith and His truth. Lord willing, you continue to pursue your lot. And again, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the power and the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Shalom, shalom. Abad, babah.